Hi there and welcome to another high intensity interval training workout which uses some on the rower moves and some off the rower moves. What we're going to do is going to alternate 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. We're going to do that 4 times, we're going to take 2 minutes rest, and then we're going to do all of this 4 times. Now I'm going to tell you what the off the rower moves are after we have done a 4-minute warm-up. Alright, so let's get straight into that, and we have to start by setting up our machine. On a concept 2, that means going and setting your drag factor first. Now I've set mine slightly higher, about 15 points higher than I normally do, because most of the off the rower moves we're going to do today are going to be about the legs. So I just want a little bit more of a kind of a grunt from my upper body through today's row, but because we're doing these 30-second rows fast and sprinty, the stroke rate will be up there. It means that I can handle that slightly higher drag factor, okay? So don't set it artificially high if you're not really used to it, okay? So a little bit of a caveat. Okay, next up, let's get to your monitor and set it to eye height if you can, so you're not looking up and you're not looking down. And finally, set the foot straps to a point where you're able to get to the front of the machine comfortably with your shins pointing in a vertical position. Okay, if you are set too high, you might not be able to get there. If you're set too low, you might go scooting straight past and you'll headbutt the monitor and, well, you won't, but you'll kind of power leaks will happen from your stroke and you might hyperextend your back. That's the reason you don't set them too low, okay? A good ballpark is that it goes across the balls of your feet. That's how you remember. The ballpark is the balls of the feet for the straps, right? You set it there first and then you can adjust after that just to make sure you're nice and comfortable. Oh, I'm speaking at 1,000,000 miles an hour, so let's get into this warm-up, which will not be at 1,000,000 miles an hour. We're going to do this starting off at a relatively nice intensity. Just think about a push with your legs as though you were just doing a squat, as though you're standing up. And then you're going to work on the timing between that push and your hands connecting the handle to the machine at the same time for around about a minute, and then we'll increase the intensity. Right, I'm going to get going now, don't worry. Here we go then, in 3, 2, 1, let's begin. So like I say, just connect your feet into the foot plates, push your feet in, so push, and then think about when your hands are connecting the handle to the machine. Because what you want is your feet to push as your hands connect the handle. And if you can have nice straight arms and a forward tilt over your hips, leaning in towards the machine, and try and hold that tilt and straight arms as you push your feet into the machine. That's the perfect way to get that power in there from your legs. And after all, the rowing stroke is all about power from the legs and then finishing with the back and arms. Right, so we're a minute in. Just increase your pace a little bit. If you know your 2K training pace, get it close to 2K plus 20. If you don't have a 2K training pace, you don't really need it for today's row. But to calculate it, you row a 2-kilometer time trial, divide the resulting time by 4 to give your average time to row 500 meters. And that is your 2K training pace. And when you set your monitor to show your current 500 meter time, when I say 2K plus 20, you take your 2K training pace and add 20 seconds to it. One more stroke. Just put one foot on the ground. Continue rowing with just that other leg strapped in. Like I say, there isn't really a pace guide to today's rowing sections. You're basically just getting the rate up and going fast. I mean, if you really want one, think around about 2K plus 5, okay? Let's swap feet. You want to be around about 30 strokes a minute and somewhere between 2K pace and 2K plus 5. These rowing sections in today's workout are where you really get that heart rate up, keep the intensity up, Remember, it's a high intensity interval training workout, not a workout. Let's put both feet in, legs straight, and row with your back and arms. Oh, this is really helping to open up my back, which, having sat at a desk all day, has been quite stiff. I can just feel it easing off nicely. Swing over your hips, pull in your arms, back out with your arms, swing over your hips. One more here, and then let's roll to the front of the machine with straight arms and a forward tilt, and just press out with your legs. Okay, so hold that forwards tilt and straight arms, nice and relaxed arms. You brace as you pick up the handle, but until then, you should be nice and floppy in the arms. Don't want to have a floppy back. That would be, okay, last one. Okay, now if you want to continue doing a quick warm up, or at least let's have a quick drink. Whee. And then, as being today's session is a high intensity workout, if you want to do some light rowing while I describe what it is that we're doing as the off the rower moves, then please do, okay? We are going to start off, so 30 seconds rowing, and then you've got 10 seconds to get yourself off the machine and stand up. And we are going to do ice skaters. You're basically just jumping lightly from side to side, landing on one leg and making sure to hold some kind of balance. And you will kind of soak up that power into almost like a squat into the leg. It's quite a nice lateral side move. As being all we do is come backwards and forwards, and the rowing machine is quite nice to do a little bit of left to right. After we've done that, we're going to do a press up walkout. It's basically where you just get down, you stand up, you're going to walk your arms out into a press up, do a press up, walk yourself back, stand up and backwards and forwards. So that one's going to be a bit less intense from a cardio point of view, but it will be quite good. It puts in a little bit of an upper body workout because of the press up. After that, we're then going to go into frog jumps. So you just get down, you put your hands in between, your knees are apart, you spring up in the air, and that's the frog jump. And then we're going to finish off with fast knees. You're basically running on the spot with your knees nice and high, but I'm also going to include some left and right movements as you're doing that, okay? So as far as setting the monitors concerned, you can either use the ErgZone app if you have it and pick the RowAlong HIIT Circuits workout, which is a 27 minutes and 20 second workout, or you can just program in that 27 minutes and 20 seconds to your monitor because you might not be using a Concept 2 and you can just row along with me. Okay, so I'm about to stand up and go and set up the timer, the mysterious lady's voice that tells us when to start and stop. So get ready to row in just a few seconds.
Starting your lunchtime circuits workout. Get ready.
Okay, get ready. We're going to be going in 7 seconds time. 30 seconds sprinting on the rowing machine. 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
So, like I say, nice, high stroke rate. Well, I was at 35. I don't want to be going quite that high. There we go. So get that leg power in. Push nicely. Push with the legs. Push. Now keep your stroke rate up and your power up. 2, 1. Okay, off the machine, we're doing the ice skaters. Whew. These are going to hurt the thighs after a while. 3, 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
So jump, jump. So you're really just doing this. You can do it at your own pace. I'm going to do the odd thing with my, I do hope my head's not popping at the top of the screen again. Every week I set the camera too close and my head pops out the top. So really soaking up your body weight into this one-legged side squat will take it out of you. Stop.
Rest.
Oh, oh, especially right in the glutes, tell you that much. You ready? 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
It's one of those ones where if I do like one of these Joe Wicks workouts or something, and he incorporates that, whew, the next day My quads are on fire and my glutes are on fire. It's proof that this kind of training just makes me fit for rowing. Okay.
Rest.
Rest up, walk out. Let's get this one right. I'm not going to get this right first time again, I bet you.
Exercise.
Okay, walk out. Press. And back forwards and down. And down. Julie told me about this one. I should really get her in to do these. It is a little bit of a cardio recovery though, this one. Right.
Rest.
Whew. Into our third row. Get ready. 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
Remember, think about that chain coming from your feet, through your body, through your arms, into the handle. So keep your arms straight as you push. Keep that forward tilt. Only swing over your back halfway through the leg drive.
Rest.
Frog jumps next. Ready for this? 3, 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
Hoi, boink. Hit, ribbit. You knew I had to do a frog impression at one point, didn't you? Need a bigger room. Put my rowing machine further against the wall so my head doesn't peek out the top. All right. Oh, this is definitely going to be a good leg workout today. One more.
Rest.
Whew. Last of the rows. 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
It's always interesting coming back on the rowing machine after a move like that, because you can feel that your quads are like, please don't make us row. Remember, keep those fingers hooked over the handle, thumbs underneath.
Rest.
All right, running, fast high knees. 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
So, just, I'm not a runner. Knees high, move left to right. Seriously, this movement is just enough to use slightly different muscles than if you were, or slightly more muscles than if you were just doing it on the spot. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rest.
Oh. Listen, I do not profess to be, hang on.
Recovery.
Excuse me while I adjust my heart rate strap. I do not profess to be any good at these off the rower moves at all. This is all just a bit of fun, as though you were just going to a circuit class at a gym or something. So please abuse me silently when it comes to judging how I do these things. But listen, my heart rate's up, I'm out of breath, my legs feel as though they're getting a good old work, so that's all that matters today. And actually, I know, well, if you're doing this in kind of real time, around about when I'm making these videos, it's currently, well, it's April Fool's Day today. It's April 1st, 2022. And I've got low power in my watch, what a shame. So it's been, what, about 2.5 months since I had COVID. I know. But I've been kind kind of over the past couple of months doing the kind of workouts and rows like this, or things like row off beer, row off a cookie and whatever. These kind of standalone individual workouts, not part of a performance plan, but workouts that are kind of designed to improve your overall fitness and to kind of work you in slightly different ways to help my body kind of recover. So it's not just about recovering so I can row again, it's about other things. It's about being able to do press-ups, it's about being able to do pull-ups and things that I do, obviously not now, so I'm not doing it, but and I really do think that these sessions have helped kind of bring my body back into an overall fitness where, like post-COVID, I was just like, I'd walk to the top of the stairs and I'd be exhausted. Anyway, right, 6 seconds to go, sorry. Get yourself in, strapped in, do some rowing. 1, go.
Exercise.
Sorry, I was too busy telling you my sob story. So I'm kind of, don't know why, don't know if it's a response to the drag factor, but I am at 32 strokes a minute and at 2k pace for these sprint sections. So,
rest.
Right, ice skaters, you ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
You could always pretend to be a ice skater, both hands behind your back. Swish, swish. They're amazing to watch. If I was the kind of person to covet having big thighs, I'd either want to be a speed skater or a track cyclist. Like Chris Hoy's thighs, good grief. Amazing. But I think they look a bit ridiculous on my frame.
Rest.
Okay, back into the rowing machine for sprint number 2. 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
I'm intrigued by what's happened to my rate and pace here. I'll have to pay attention to my technique when I take this video into the edit suite to see if I'm possibly loading up too much at the front of the stroke
Rest.
and not doing it right. Okay, walkout press-ups or press-up walkouts. Here we go. Go.
Exercise.
Press, up, press. I may be going a bit too far with my hands there. Whew. I suppose the getting back up, it's almost like the straightening of your back at the end of a stroke, or the layback.
Rest.
Right. Row number 3. Here we go. 1, hammer off.
Exercise.
I've got a mirror in front of me. I'm trying to keep an eye on my technique. It could well be that I just should be rowing on whatever this actual drag factor is. Who knows? One more.
Rest.
Okay, frog jumps. 3, 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
Boing. Try and keep a relatively straight back as you come down. I don't mean straight, bolt upright like a door, but don't crumple and round your lower back. Try and look straight ahead. Handy because I'm looking at you in the camera lens. One more.
Rest.
Last of the rows. 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
Get a good push with those legs as you start the stopped flywheel. Really, the reason I talk about pushing with the legs and that forward tilt and arm straight is about power, but also injury prevention.
Rest.
High knees. Because if you push with the legs in a forward tilt, it doesn't all go through your lower back. Here we go.
Exercise.
Right. This does feel quite ridiculous. I hope it looks quite ridiculous as well. Could be worse. I was doing the same thing earlier with my VR headset on in the front, in the living room, in front of the telly. Oh, yeah, I was doing a test of
recovery.
Okay, I was doing a test of the Oculus Quest app called HoloFit, where you can use your rowing machine, you can use a bike, you can use a elliptical, but you can also do it without any machine. You just use the controllers and you run on the spot, or you ski on the spot and things. And I thought I'd just have a play with that for a while. It was fun, but just got to think, if anyone walked past my window while I was doing that, they would have gone, lunatic. Although, what would be worse is if there's a game called Pistol Whip, where it's like you've got guns and you have to duck all the time and you're like, ooh, ah, ooh, ducking things. That'd look even more ridiculous. Or Audio Trip is another one. Audio Trip is one of these ones where there's music happening and you have to hit your controllers into these kind of squares. I actually made a video, if you want to check it out, of me playing it. It's a lot of fun. But the main reason I was looking at HoloFit though was because they've completely updated the software from when I reviewed it in 2021. And so I'm in the process of editing together quite an exhaustive look at it. I'm going to make a little short version, but I'm also going to make a big, long, kind of good old half an hour, 35-minute look that really takes you through what it can do on the rowing machine. And I've also made another one that shows what it can do if you use a bike, a Bluetooth-enabled bike as well. So great app. It's not really aimed at serious rowers and cyclists, but it's a lot of fun. So, right. So I'm going to keep on, my timer's up to the top right. I know I say this every time, but just in case you think, who's he looking at? So we've got just coming up for 15 seconds to go for set 3. So get yourself strapped in. Make sure you're happy to get through all of this again. Where are we? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
Again, I do say it's all about a push with the legs. But remember, you also do want to pull nice and strong, come into a powerful finish at the back of the stroke. Don't just come to a limp finish. Last one.
Rest.
Nice and powerful. Squeeze those shoulder blades together at the back of the stroke. 3. Ice skaters, and we're off.
Exercise.
Go whoosh. So just watch out if this one starts to hurt your knees, maybe just do squats instead, especially because of the side to side move. It can kind of put a fair bit of pressure into your knees. So if anything starts to hurt, slow it down, do something else instead, okay? Never push yourself through injury.
Rest.
It's one thing to push yourself through intensity, but not injury. 2, 1, sprint.
Exercise.
Nice and fast. Remember, high intensity. So, intensity has to be high. I'm still at 30 strokes a minute and 2k pace. Hopefully you're maintaining the same pace through each of these sessions or rows.
Rest.
Okay, small cardio rest as we do walkout press-ups. 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
Press. Remember, you don't have to do these in time with me. You just want to be giving it your best of endeavours. Make sure and get down for that press up. And push the floor away from you as you push yourself back up.
Rest.
That was nicely timed. Back on. Sprint 3, 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
And when you are rowing fast, either in a interval workout like this, or say you're doing a 100-meter test or a 1-minute test, make sure to take full strokes all the way to shins vertical and then legs down into a soft lock at the back. Don't lock your knees, a nice soft lock. Frog jumps next. 3, 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
Jump, jump. Oh, this one, weirdly, is the one that's making me suffer most. My hip flexors and quads are really on fire. But get that bounce. Up, down, and last one. Oh.
Rest.
Last of the sprints. 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
But do think about technique if you're doing this as someone who is trying to improve their rowing, and then these off the rower moves are just a bit of something different. The thing you want to concentrate on is technique when you're rowing.
Rest.
Ready to look like an idiot again for fast knees. 3, 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
I feel like I'm about to do the can-can. Maybe I'll put some music on. Only halfway there. This one goes on forever. This high knee. I'm not a runner. 2, 1, stop.
Rest.
Oh, there we go. Come on, tell me. Recovery.
Recovery.
Okay, one more set to go, and then we're all done for this session. Now, I'm going to do a 2-minute cool down afterwards, but I'm not going to add on stretching, John, where the stretching happens, because what I'm going to think is that maybe you're doing this and you're going to go off and do like a bike workout or cross trainer or treadmill or something afterwards. And so I don't want to go to the stretching, John, and then you're like, what? So if you want to see stretching, John, then take a look at the row called row off a cookie, okay? Or row off chocolate cake or row off beer. The reason I'm saying them is like I know for sure that the three of them have stretching, John, in the top hand corner. So if you go to like 6 minutes to go in those videos, you'll see stretching John in the top corner, and that way you can follow him and do the stretches that you're meant to be doing, okay? So it's not that I'm copying out, but this is the kind of workout where you do it and then you're at the gym and you go off and you do something else. You maybe do some weights, or you maybe do, like I say, you're going to jump on the treadmill and do something else. So I doubt, well, maybe you would, but I don't think that many people are going to do this workout and then that's them done for the day. Hopefully you add on a little bit of foundation fitness cardio afterwards. Okay, 30 seconds to go, have a drink. I'm gonna go for a light run after this. Right, the reason I'm doing this one with less upper body is that I'm going to climbing wall tomorrow. So I wanna make sure that my arms are fresh. I know climbing's about the legs, 10 seconds to go rather than arms, but my body doesn't seem to realize that. However, rowing is about the legs. So in 3, 2, 1, push.
Exercise.
So you are pushing the machine away. Lean in, arms straight, and push the machine away from you. It's much easier to get that sensation of hanging off the handle with straight arms if you visualize pushing the machine away rather than pulling on the handle or pushing yourself backwards.
Waist.
Okay, skaters, last one of these. 3, 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
Like I say, just do squats or hold an isometric squat or a sumo squat or something. If you get any knee discomfort from doing these or any of the other moves in today's session, I'm kind of hoping that everyone watching and rowing and doing along with me is sensible enough to know to stop
Rest.
if something hurts. Right, row 2 coming up. 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
Keep your posture powerful as you come into the front, and as you finish at the back, you're just tilting forwards and backwards over your hips. You're not rounding or rolling your back. Last one.
Rest.
Let's get back into those walkout push-ups. Whew, here we go. Go.
Exercise.
Down. Whew. Answers on a postcard. If I'm doing these wrong, by the way. Much like some people have already mentioned how ridiculous my kettlebell swing was in the first of these HIIT workouts that I uploaded. Whew.
Rest.
Get yourself strapped in. 3, 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
Because I think this is just the 4th or the 5th of these combination workouts of rowing and off the rower. I think it might only be the 4th, but I do have a playlist up here on my RowAlong channel, which is home to all of these workouts.
Rest.
In case you want to check out more of them and you didn't know they existed. Frog jumps. Last ones.
Exercise.
Well, last frog jumps, I mean. We've still got the fun of fast knees to come after one more row. Frogs don't really jump straight up, do they? This is best done in a hall where you can actually propel yourself forwards, but
Rest.
there's still value in going up and down because of the tension as you land. 2, 1, go.
Exercise.
Because time under tension is really the trick when it comes to any kind of resistance training. That's why if you're doing a push-up, you make sure to go down slowly to increase that time under tension. I'm happy with that. Average, hang on, ready for fast knees? Go.
Exercise.
So my average rowing pace across this workout is 1:44.8, which I'm very pleased with. I think that's the fastest rowing I've done in one of these HIIT workouts. So I do need to look into doing another drag factor test.
Rest.
Oh, we're all done. Oh. Go on, 3, 2, 1. Recovery. Okay, so it's set that she's still going to recover for 2 minutes, but we'll give it a minute and then we'll start a 2-minute cool down. She'll interrupt us halfway through, but it saves me having to get up and turning her off. Not that I'm lazy, but there you go. 2-minute cool down standalone. It's saved under the bookmark these label on ErgZone, along with a 4-minute warm up, a 5-minute warm up, a 10-minute warm up. Yeah, and I think even this HIIT session is saved under the bookmark. So if you have ErgZone, go to the Discover tab, search for RowAlong. You should then find my RA icon, and then under the label called Bookmark These, you'll find a bunch of bookmarks. It just makes life quicker and easier when it comes to loading in the constants like the 4-minute warm up and the 2-minute cool down. Right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's cool down. So similar to the warm up, where you're really just connecting your legs to your arms. In fact, I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to do this strapless to try and help my connection. So I know my technique and my posture changes slightly when I'm in the safety of the foot straps. So getting out of the foot straps means I have to get my legs down, I have to point my toes to the front of the machine, and I have to get the timing right of legs, back, arms. All right, she's about to tell us that we exercise for 29 minutes. Done.
Workout.
Thank you.
You spent 29 minutes, 35 seconds exercising.
Well, I will have, once we finish this 2-minute cool down. In case you're interested, the app I use is just called Tabata. The icon is like an orange T inside I think it's inside a stopwatch. It's pretty handy. You can set the workout duration, the recovery, the rest, the amount of sets, and that's what you see superimposed on the wall during these workouts. Here's the screen from that app. One more stroke. Oh. So there you go. Like I said during one of the rest periods, these HIIT workouts are really just here as a bit of a diversion, a distraction from other rowing. So where if you were just to continually just do a 2K plan over and over and over again, eventually your brain just goes and just totally disengages with the concept of always trying to push yourself. Always chasing numbers on the screen, always trying to hit performance gains. So a session like this, or the row off a cookie, or row off beer, or whatever, are still great workouts, fantastic standalone ones. And because they're different, because you're not chasing a time on the monitor, it's just about function and using your body. It kind of releases your brain and makes you, if nothing else, it makes you enjoy rowing again, rather than it being, because sometimes when you sit on and do a 2K plan, you're meant to do 2K plus 5 in a session, and you can't quite manage it. You do 2K plus 6, it's really easy to beat yourself up about that because you didn't hit your performance goals. Whereas a session like this is just about working and making sure that you work hard. So these standalone rows that I'm putting up right now are really actually just as important as the plans. So you do a 2K plan, you maybe do a few of these sessions, then you either go back to a 2K or you do the 5K or the 10K or something, just to keep yourself positive and fresh, rather than just constantly chasing and chasing and chasing. So even if you spend all winter chasing a good 2K time because it's racing season, once you come back out of that, take a break, whether it's a break with rows like this or whether it's a break by just literally not rowing for a few days or whatever and doing something else. It's really important just mentally, especially from a rowing machine point of view, because it's brutal. The fact that the numbers are right in front of your face the whole time telling you how you're doing, it can just really kill you if you're not in the right mindset. So a session like this will hopefully keep you invigorated and you'll be in the right mindset. There you go. So that's a long way of saying that. So thank you so much for doing this. Remember, like I said, to check out the playlist for these HIIT workouts or the other playlists I have on my RowAlong channel, or just any of the workout videos I have at all. Remember, just because a row is part of a plan doesn't mean you have to do the entire plan to row that one session. Just because I've got a playlist called the 12 Rows of Christmas doesn't mean you have to do it in December. If you want to do it in July, then please do it in July. The row is just as good in July as it is in December. So yeah, just take a look around. I've got well over 300 workouts up there, so hopefully you'll find one that you enjoy. So thank you so much for joining me and doing this one with me. Please let me know if you have any requests for these kind of workouts, if there's anything. If you want me to bring the kettlebell back for one of the workouts, might do that next week, so it's been a while since we've had the 16 or the 24 sitting out. So I might actually show you that. I promise I have improved my kettlebell swing, honest. So yeah, so I will see you in some kind of a video at one point. So until I do see you again, please look after yourselves. Take care, stay safe, be well. Bye bye.